Another above-average hurricane season, and Brandon, we're seeing this more often.
Our warming planet is also warming our oceans, Tara. The higher water temps are fueling stronger storms, and the tank remains full. New research from nonprofit group Climate Central shows that every Atlantic Basin hurricane last year was made stronger due to human-induced climate warming.
It's really like the speed limit of the hurricane being bumped up because the sea surface temperatures are bumped up. Faster spinning engine means the car can go faster. It also means the hurricane can go faster.
Speaking of faster, new data shows that Helene's maximum intensity was increased by 16 miles per hour. Enough difference to move the historic storm from Category 3 to Category 4 strength.
We're seeing this really clear effect where sea surface temperature warmth did play a role in Hurricane Helene's intensification.
The study shows hurricanes in 2024 strengthened over waters that were as much as 2.5 degrees warmer due to climate change. But it is not just the speed of these systems that is changing.
The chance of higher precipitation for each hurricane is now higher in a warmer world.
UNC Charlotte's Associate Professor of Atmospheric Sciences, Dr. Brian Maggie, notes an increase in heavy rainfall from recent tropical systems.
When you have the conditions set up that a hurricane forms, it draws from that extra water vapor to form higher rates of precipitation.
There's something called the Clausius-Clapperon relationship. It is a thermodynamic equation that states a 1 degree increase in temperature can allow the atmosphere to hold 4% more moisture, or water vapor. That means a 20 degree increase in temperature can allow the water vapor in the atmosphere to double. But it is not just the water in the sky that's causing issues.
Sea level rise is affecting the entire eastern seaboard, and of course the entire eastern seaboard of the United States is vulnerable to the Atlantic Basin's hurricanes.
Even though flooding is a serious impact from hurricanes, storm surge is the leading cause of hurricane-related deaths in the U.S., making sea level rise more threatening.
So every hurricane that approaches the coastline has a greater potential to bring more water into the inland communities that are on the coast.
There is also something about the fast-growing nature of these beasts. According to Climate Central, roughly 80% of major hurricanes undergo rapid intensification, which occurs when a tropical cyclone gains 35 miles per hour or more within 24 hours.
Part of the key to that is where those warm waters are when the hurricane passes over them.
UNC Charlotte's Associate Professor of Meteorology, Dr. Matthew Easton, explains a contributing factor to rapid intensification is a warm ocean current in the Gulf called the loop current.
And they happen to pass over those warm water features and then rapidly intensify right before landfall. And so Milton was an example, Helene was an example.
Although above normal hurricane seasons appear to be the new normal,
we're still going to have years where there's below average numbers of hurricanes.
Dr. Easton explains there are seasonal variations that could still lead to calmer seasons.
Simply because the waters might be cooler that year, there might be things like an El Nino in place or strong vertical shear. And so it's going to oscillate a lot from year to year, but if you look at the long-term trends, we're going to expect more hurricanes.
The long-term climate projections can be alarming, but there is optimism among scientists.
I'm actually pretty optimistic. I think I'm excited.
What are some of the biggest actions that you've seen so far that have you optimistic about the future?
I think the part that I'm most excited about is the transition to different sources of electricity than what we've used in the past. And so we've already seen a transition away from coal, the use of coal for producing electricity. We've seen that transition to natural gas, but we've also seen it to solar, wind, and hydrothermal.
The way that we solve it is together through conversation. The most important thing that you can do to protect your community from climate change is to have conversations in your community about climate change.
When I spoke with Dr. Maggie about the new normal for hurricane seasons, he says it's hard to say what the new normal is because the planet continues to warm. That means the new average may look different in the coming years.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.